Assalamualaikum everyone. So this is video explanation for the tutorial for topic differentiation. Okay, we go through first, which is for topic differentiation. The first question, they ask us to determine the first derivative of each of the following function. Okay, question A, they have fx is equal to fx is equal to 8. So when we want to differentiate fx, so you have to put a prime on top or apostrophe. Okay, so 8 is a constant, so when it is a constant or a number, right, so when we differentiate become 0. Okay, for question C, fx is equal to 5x to the power of 3. Okay, so for this one, remember for differentiation, what we have to do is, when we have a power, let's say fx is equal to nx to the power of something lah. Okay, so or I put x to the power of n. So what you guys have to do is you bring n in front when you want to differentiate. Okay, and then you copy x to the power of n and then minus 1 the power. Okay, so we will do the same for question C. So we have f prime x. Okay, and then here 5 you maintain. Okay, and then you bring 3 in front. So you multiply with 3, x to the power of 3 you copy, and then the power you minus 1. You're going to get 15x to the power of 2. So same for question F, we have negative 2x squared. So negative 2 you maintain, then you bring 2 in front, so you multiply with 2, and then you copy x to the power of 2, then the power you minus 1, then you're going to get negative 4x. Then to the power of 1, right? 2 minus 1. So usually to the power of 1 we don't put lah. Okay. So the next one, question J. Okay, we have fx is equal to negative 1 over 2 x squared minus 1. Okay. F prime x is equal to 1 over 2 you copy, 2 to the power of 2 you bring in front. So you multiply with 2x to the power of 2 you copy, the power you minus 1. And then we have negative 1 here. When we differentiate, because negative 1 is a constant, then it becomes 0. Then no need to put lah. So here you have 1 over 2 multiplied by 2 become 1. So you're going to get x to the power of 2 minus 1 become 1. So no need to put the power. So this is your answer for question J. Now we proceed to the next question, which is question 2. They ask us to find the derivative of the following. When they ask us to find the derivative, which is we actually need to do differentiation lah. Okay, but then for question 2C, okay, so we have question 2C, x minus 1. So what does it mean here? It is a it's a multiplication of a term x with x minus 1. So in order for you to make it easier for you to differentiate, right? Okay, to make it easier for you to differentiate, what you have to do is you have to expand. Okay, so you expand this guy first. Okay, x minus 1 you expand, x multiplied by x squared become x squared, x multiplied by negative 1 minus x. So what you have to do is you have to differentiate x squared minus x. If you want to differentiate this guy, then you see x squared is a power, right? So 2 you bring in front, become 2x squared minus 1, because the power will minus 1, and then negative x when we differentiate become x, when we differentiate become 1. So minus with 1. Okay, so here the answer is 2x, 2 minus, the power 2 minus 1 become 1, so 2x minus 1. So this is the first derivative. Now we proceed to question E, where we have 1 over x to the power of 5. Okay, when you want to solve any fraction where x is at the denominator, easier for you, you change it to index form first, which 1 over x to the power of 5, we actually can use 1 over x to the power of m. Remember when we learned this during first week? So we actually can change to x to the power of negative m, correct? Also the same, so we change to x to the power of negative 5. Then we have to differentiate x to the power of negative 5 using power rule. So we have x to the power of negative 5. You bring negative 5 in front. So you're going to get, when you differentiate, become negative 5. And then you copy x to the power of negative 5 minus with 1. Then you're going to get equal to negative 5 x to the power of negative 6. So you can write like this, or you want to make it more clean or neater, then you can bring back x to the power of negative 6, bring it as a fraction, so become negative 5 x to the power of 6. Also can, by using this formula, this rule of index. Okay, the next one, we proceed to question F. Okay, this one, right, is actually a bit, it's not like a difficult, but it's just that you have to remember the one that you learned during the index topic. Okay, so here change first, square root x is equal to x to the power of 1 over 2, right? So we change first 1 over x to the power of 1 over 2 to the power of 3. And then we also have like this last time, a multiplied by m bracket to the power of n, a to the power of m bracket to the power of n. What you can do is m multiplied by n. So we're going to do the same also to these two. Okay, so we will get 1 over x to the power of 1 over 2 multiplied by 3, you're going to get 3 over 2. Okay, you get 3 over 2, then we're going to use 1 over x to the power of m, 1 over x to the power of m, you can change to x to the power of negative m, and here you're going to get x to the power of negative 3 over 2. So once you get this one, what you can do is, you can solve it, do the differentiation. Okay, so the first derivative is, okay, this one you use power rule, you bring negative 3 over 2 in front, so you're gonna get negative 3 over 2 in front, and then you copy x to the power of negative 3 over 2 and put minus 1. Okay, now negative 3 over 2, you copy x and then negative 3 over 2 minus 1, you're gonna get negative 5 over 2. Okay, so the answer here you will get is this one lah. Either you want to write like this, or you want to change this in the proper form, you want to write in the fraction form, so you just put negative 3 over 2, okay, become 1 over x to the power of 5 over 2, right? Okay, and then you can combine this guy, so it will become negative 3 over 2 x to the power of 5 over 2. Okay, like this also can lah. So this is for question 2F. Okay, we proceed to the next question, where we have question G. Okay, 1 over x plus 1 over x squared. Okay, remember when we have fraction, easier for you to solve, you change it to index first. So 1 over x, when we want to change, become x to the power of negative 1. 1 over x squared, when we want to change, become x to the power of negative 2. So how? Using the rules of 1 over x to the power of m, you can change to x to the power of negative m. Okay, so proceed here. Okay, now what you guys have to do is, you guys have to differentiate this guy one by one. So when you want to differentiate, okay, or find the first derivative, okay, x to the power of negative 1 you bring in front, and you copy x to the power of negative 1 minus with 1. You plus negative 2 you bring in front, then you copy x to the power of negative 2 minus with 1. Then you solve this, negative x, then negative 1 minus 1 become negative 2 plus with, and then if you see here plus minus 2, right? So you change to minus 2, x to the power of negative 2 minus 1 become negative 3. Okay, so this is your answer. Or you want to make it prettier, you can put negative 1 over x squared minus 2 over x to the power of 3. Also can like this. Okay, now we proceed to question H. This one also similar. Remember when I told you, when you have this, you have to when you have a fraction, and then you have a square root or a cube root or a root, you have to go through the first topic where we learn index, the rule of index. Why? Because it's easier for you to solve if you use this one. Okay, so you change first. Sorry. Okay, you change this one to divide with square root x become x to the power of 1 over 2 minus with 3, and here we have x to the power of 5, a cube root. Okay, when we want to change this, it become x to the power of 5 over 3. Okay, remember when we have this am is to the power of m, we do the root with the nth root, so it becomes am over n, a to the power of m over n. So this is how you change law for this guy. Okay, so you will get x to the power of 5 over 3. Then here, because the x is at the fraction, right, then you change to index, so to multiply with x to the power of negative 1 over 2 minus with 3x negative 5 over 3. Okay, now we will do the first derivative. Okay, negative 1 over 2 you bring in front, so you'll get negative 1 over 2 multiply with 2, this 2, and then you copy x to the power of negative 1 over 2 minus with 1 the power. Then here you have negative 5 over 3. Okay, multiply with 3, x you copy negative 5 over 3 minus with 1, and then here you can cross this guy, you're going to get negative x to the power of negative 1 over 2 minus 1, you're going to get negative 3 over 2, and then minus minus, negative negative positive, 3 and 3 cross, and then here you're going to get plus 5 x to the power of negative 5 over 3 minus 1 become 8 over 3. Okay, so here to make it prettier, you can write this is your final answer, or you can make it prettier by bring the negative power as the fraction. So you're going to get negative 1 over x to the power of 3 over 2 plus with 5 divide with x to the power of 8 over 3. That's it. Okay, for question 2. Now we proceed to question number 3. Also the same, they ask us to find the expression for dy dx by, right, we have to differentiate lah. Okay, we have y here. So if you see our y, we have a fraction, right? So change this guy first, 3x to the power of negative 2 plus with 5. Then we differentiate dy dx. So you bring negative 2 in front, you're going to get negative 2, and then you copy 3, and x negative to the power of negative 2, so you copy, but minus 1 the power. Then we have 5, we differentiate become 0 because it's a constant. So here negative 2 multiply with 3 become negative 6x to the power of negative 3, or you want to write it in a proper form, in a fraction form, so negative 6 over x to the power of 3, like this also can. Okay, so proceed to question C. Okay, for question C also similar. Okay, for this one, right, okay, when we have terms like this, okay, if you see bracket, it means this guy multiply this and multiply this. So when you want to differentiate, you have to expand everything first. So 2x squared multiply with x, okay, 2x squared multiply by x, 2x cubed, 2x squared multiplied by 4 become 8x squared, and then minus with 5. So this is your y. Make sure you expand first, then you differentiate. So dy dx equal to, so this is where you can differentiate. 2x cubed, you bring 3 in front, so 3 multiplied by 2, x to the power of 3 you copy, and then you put minus 1 the power. Then also the same for the second term, 2 you bring in front become 2 multiplied by 8, x to the power of 2 minus with 1. And then minus 1 is a constant, right? So when it is a constant, then become 0. No need to put lah. Okay, so the answer here is 6x to the power of 2 plus 16x. So this is the answer for question C. Now proceed to the next question, which is question E. Okay, also the same. If you see here, it doesn't expand yet, right? So what you guys have to do is you have to expand first. 1 over 2 multiply with 3x square become 1 over 2 multiply 3x square become 3 over 2x square. Then 1 over 2 multiply with negative 2x square. Okay, become negative x. Or to make it easier for you to see, I'll do one by one law. 1 over 2 multiply with 3x square minus with 1 over 2 multiply with negative 2x. Okay, this one you're going to get negative 3 over 2x square. Okay, and then this guy you're going to get positive. Oh, it's not. It's a plus here. So you're going to get negative 1 multiplied by x, so negative x. Okay, so this is your y. Now you have to differentiate, find dy dx, which is, here you bring 2 in front, so 2 multiply with 3 over 2, then copy x square, put power, the power minus 1, and then x we differentiate become 1. Then we have 2 here, cross, we're going to get 3x to the power of 2 minus 1 become 1 minus with 1. So this is the answer for question E. Okay, now we proceed to the next question. Okay, find g prime x. That means we have a function gx and then we have to differentiate it, just like how we have fx, and when we want to differentiate become gx. Okay, can lah. When we differentiate become fx, f prime x. So also the same for gx. When you differentiate become g prime x. So let's say if you have hx, so when you want to differentiate become h prime x. Okay, but still the differentiation is the same. Okay, for gx we have 2x minus 2 over x square. You see we have fraction here, right? So we change it into an index form, which is 2 to the power of x negative 2 to the power of negative 2. Then this is your gx. And then you find g prime x, which is 2x you differentiate become 2 minus with negative 2 in front, right? So you bring negative 2 multiply with 2, then x to the power of negative 2 you maintain, but the power minus 1. Then here you're going to get 2, and then you will get plus with 4 x negative 2 minus 1 become negative 3. So this is your final answer, or you want to make it more pretty. Okay, if you want lah. Okay, you're going to get 2 plus with 4 divided with x cubed. Okay, this one also correct, this one also correct. Okay, now we proceed to question D. You have 3x minus with 2 over 3x square. This one also similar. We have to change this guy, x square become the fraction. Become the index in index form. So 3x you maintain minus with 2 over 3 x to the power of negative 2. Okay, so here 3x, this is your gx, right? And then we have to find the differentiation of gx. So 3x is equal, when we differentiate become 3. And then negative 2 over 3x to the power of negative 2. Negative 2 you bring in front, you're going to get negative 2, and then you have 2 over 3 you maintain, and then x to the power of negative 2 you maintain but minus 1. So 3 minus with, and then you have 2 here, right? So this negative positive, 2 multiply with 2 over 3 become 4 over 3. Then x to the power of negative 2 minus 1 become negative 3. So this is your final answer. Or you want to make it more prettier, you can write in this form, 3 plus with 4 over 3s cubed. Also can. Okay, So we proceed to the next question. For question 5, if you see here, we have p prime t, also the same, no? But then this time it doesn't use the variable x, they use variable t. So also the same. What you have to do is that you just have to change when you differentiate. Instead of differentiate with with respect to variable x, now you have to differentiate with respect to t. Okay, so for question pt, question A, pt is equal to 2t cubed plus 3t minus 1. So the same p prime t, when we want to differentiate, you bring 3 in front. Okay, 3 multiplied by 2, and then t cube, you put minus 1. And then we have 3t, right? Differentiate become 3. Minus with 1, we differentiate become 0. So the answer here is 6 t to the power of 2 plus with 3. Okay, and you do for question B, which is also similar, but this time it is in the bracket form. Okay, make it easier for you, we expand one by one. Find pt first. Okay, 4t times 2t become 8t square. Okay, 4t times 3 become 12t. Okay, and then negative 1 multiplied by 2t, negative 2t. Negative 1 multiplied by 3, negative 3. So you're gonna get 8t square plus 10t minus 3. So this is your pt. Now you have to find p prime t, which is 2 you bring in front, 2 multiplied by 8t square minus 1, the power. And then 10t become 10 when you differentiate. Negative 3 differentiate becomes 0. Then here you're going to get 16t plus with 10. So this is your answer for question 5. Okay, so that's it for topic differentiation, subtopic differentiation. Okay, thank you.